In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious, may the blessings and peace of Allah be upon our Prophet Muhammad and upon all his family and companions. His Excellency Dr. Saud Al-Madhami, Secretary General of Mawhiba Foundation, Your Excellencies, Chairpersons of Mawhiba Enrichment Program, honorable guests and respectable audience. May Allah's peace, mercy and blessings be upon you. We welcome you wholeheartedly from King Abdul Aziz and his Companions Foundation for Giftedness and Creativity and send you the most sincere greetings in the closing of the enrichment programs, the academic, research and universal programs for this summer 2020, in which our promising sons and daughters have participated and innovated with giftedness and creativity from different regions and cities of the KSA, along with brothers and friends from sister countries. The best way to start our ceremony is with verses from the Holy Quran.
ألف لام ميم را تلك آيات الكتاب والذي أنزل إليك من ربك الحق ولكن أكثر الناس لا يؤمنون الله الذي رفع السماوات بغير عمد ترونها ثم استوى على العرش وسخر الشمس والقمر كل يجري لأجل مسمى يدبر الأمر يفصل الآيات لعلكم بلقاء ربكم توقنون وهو الذي مد الأرض وجعل فيها رواسي وأنهارا ومن كل الثمرات جعل فيها زوجين اثنين يغشي الليل النهار إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون وفي الأرض قطع متجاورات وجنات من أعناب وزرع ونخيل صنوان وغير صنوان يسقى بماء واحد ونفضل بعضها على بعض في الأكل إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يعقلون.
Dear respectable audience, this wouldn't have been possible without reconciliation from Allah the Almighty, then with the efforts of Mawhiba Foundation that turned Corona crisis to a chance of success and technology adaptation to develop its works and continue its programs. Mawhiba's speech shall be given by the Deputy Secretary General for Gifted Services, His Excellency Dr. Basil Asadhan. You may begin, Dr. Basil. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious, may the blessings and peace of Allah be upon the most honored of prophets and messengers, our Prophet Muhammad, and upon all his family and companions. His Excellency Secretary General of King Abdul Aziz and his Companions Foundation for Giftedness and Creativity, Dr. Saud bin Saeed Al-Madhami. Her Excellency Maha bint Abdullah Sulaiman, Under Secretary of Education for Educational Programs. Respectable audience, may Allah's peace, mercy and blessings be upon you. I'm glad to be here among my students, sons and daughters in the closing ceremony of the enrichment programs for summer 2020, who exerted great efforts to increase their scientific earnings and life skills. I also salute parents who were keen on educating their children and stood by them in these difficult circumstances that required using different teaching methods than the usual. Finally, I welcome and salute the instructors, our heroes, who had the greatest role in increasing the scientific earnings of students. Mawhiba exerted great efforts to adapt to the current circumstances. May Allah Almighty end it in the entire world soon. The vision was not clear as we used to hold these programs in person at our partner universities, schools, and other scientific and educational entities. We didn't know whether the pandemic will end before summer or will be extended, as it was extended until now as we know it. Therefore, we exerted efforts in Mawhiba. When we decided to use distance education programs, we made sure to choose excellent instructors based on their previous experience. These instructors were trained to use distance education tools, strategies, and class assessment. Enrichment units provided to students in person were revised as well. 12 out of 24 units were chosen, which we thought were more suitable for distance education. We were keen on compensating the absence of labs in universities and schools by resorting to a number of educational resources and virtual labs to compensate the remote presentation of the program. Fees were reduced given the cost reduction, and enrollment became available to students all over the KSA. The most significant thing about distance education is being able to reach any students in the KSA who has access to the internet, while before you had to have a large number of students in his area and a school or a university to adopt the program. We made sure not to close the area for research through organizing a research enrichment program in collaboration with King Abdulaziz University in the IT field. We benefited from our experience in the first phase of providing the programs prior to Eid al-Adha to improve the experience after Eid al-Adha, thankfully. Students who participated in the program in both phases will notice the difference. All of this, thankfully, contributed to increasing the number of students. We reached twice the planned number. I clearly remember when we opened enrollment for the enrichment programs, all seats were full by the start of the second day. So we had to quickly increase the number of seats due to the high demand and the trust received from parents and students. This thankfully led to opening a second phase after Eid al-Adha. The total number of participating students, 4,370 students, divided as follows. Mawhiba Academic Enrichment Program, 3,978 students for both phases with 12 enrichment units. Mawhiba Research Enrichment Program, 50 students in 9 research fields. Noting that excellent students are now being chosen to join the apprentice program. Student nominations will be received from Mawhiba soon, God willing. Mawhiba Universal Enrichment Program presented in English, 342 students in 13 enrichment units. In total, it's 4,370 students from 89 cities of our generous nation. 17 students, male and female, from the sister country of Kuwait participated this year for the second time in a row in the Universal Enrichment Program from Subah Al-Ahmad Center for Giftedness and Creativity in Artificial Intelligence, Medicine, Renewable Energy, and Space Science course. Salim bin Mahfouz National Foundation provided scholarships to 177 students in the Academic Enrichment Program of the secondary school in encryption, medicine, and engineering fields. The Kafel Foundation sponsored 10 students, males and females, and provided them with full scholarships in the Academic Enrichment Program of the secondary school, also in medicine, engineering, and encryption fields. More than 220 instructors, males and females, have participated in presenting the enrichment programs, distributed on 193 virtual class between scientific supervisor, instructor, and skills trainer. Mawhiba was keen on taking advantage of this experience to evaluate it through a number of questionnaires addressed to students, parents, and instructors at the middle and the end of the program. I will share some of the results with you. Thankfully, parents' overall impression of the program was high. Satisfaction rates were higher at secondary school students' parents, the middle school students, and primary school students. This proves that the older the students, the more they are capable of dealing with electronic education tools and hence benefiting from them. The instructors section in the questionnaire got the highest score from the students. Thankfully, this proves they were selectively chosen and prepared. Many thanks to our instructors. In addition to sharing positive results, I would like to share some results that need developing from us at Mawhiba. Students' satisfaction level with the induction was below the hoped level. Distant education is rather a new experience to us, which didn't give us enough time to focus on this aspect. But, God willing, we will focus on it in the coming years and address it easily. Some enrichment units didn't get high ratings, and this will be addressed in the future. Finally, I ask Allah Almighty reconciliation for our students, sons, and daughters, wishing them an academic year filled with accomplishments, and to use the distant education experience they had recently with Mawhiba as a motivation to excel distinctively in their studies. Thank you for listening. Mawhiba Enrichment Program students spent a couple of weeks between learning and entertainment. They gained knowledge and acquired skills. They discovered and reflected, hence created and produced. A couple of weeks that we see now in few minutes.
برنامج موهبة الإثراء الأكاديمي. عندما حمل موهوبين لواء الإبداع في سبيل نهضة أمتنا الشامخة ليعانقوا به هامات القمم، انبثقت من عزيمتهم إرادة الصلبة نحو تذليل جميع العقبات من أمامهم من خلال إثراء إبداعاتهم المعرفية واستحداث الأساليب العلمية والعملية المبتكرة إلى ما يحقق غاياتهم وطموحاتهم. في عام 2020 ميلادي استمرت مؤسسة الملك عبد العزيز ورجال الموهبة والإبداع موهبة بتمهيد الطريق أمام موهوبيها من خلال تنفيذ برامجها الإثرائية الصيفية عن بعد في جميع مناطق المملكة باستخدام أفضل المنصات التعليمية والأدوات الاستراتيجية الحديثة.
أحسنت، ربنا يبارك فيك.
لتستكمل موهبة الدور الذي وضعته على عاتقها نحو رفع الوعي المعرفي والعلمي لدى الطلبة وتعزيز قدراتهم.
هذا تصميمي الأولي للعبة وهذه تجربتي.
ليه كده السبب يا سارة مرة تانية؟
السبب إن حرف ال A الأخير مختلفة، إن كل شيء في موهبة مميز.
يقدم برنامج موهبة الإثراء الأكاديمي طلبة الصف الثالث ابتدائي إلى الثاني ثانوي لمدة 3 أسابيع في 4 مسارات علمية، وهي مسار العلوم الطبية والحيوية والكيميائية، مسار علوم الفيزياء والأرض والفضاء، مسار علوم الهندسية، مسار علوم الحاسب والرياضيات التطبيقية.
This summer, Mawhiba held a virtual universal enrichment program. The program contained 13 different courses from fields ranging from medicine, technology, to engineering. Aside from scientific knowledge, provided knowledge and skills via virtual enhancement programs such as academic English and TED Talks.
Believe me, there is something good waiting for you down the road. We try to give you a structured program that will take you all the way to satisfy your passion.
هذه كانت أول تجربة لي في هذا البرنامج. هدفي كان واضحاً عند دخولي هذا البرنامج، وهو كان التعرف وأخذ نظرة عامة عن الطب، لأننا على وشك دخولي إلى الجامعة. لهذا اخترت تخصص العلوم الطبية والجراحية، وتعلمت كيف يعمل القلب، كيف يؤثر الدواء على جسم الإنسان، وكيف يعمل جسم الإنسان بشكل عام. وبعيداً عن الجانب العلمي، تعرفت على العديد من الأصدقاء من المملكة، وتطورت لدي مهارات اللغة الإنجليزية ومهارات الطلاقة والتحدث بوجود حصص تدعم ذلك.
The program was taught by tutors from the leading educational institutes in the world, such as Oxford and Cambridge.
في وقت قياسي قامت موهبة بتحويل برامجها الإثرائية لنظام التعليم عن بعد وتقديمها بمستوى ينافس البرامج العالمية المقدمة في نفس المجال. والفكرة من البرامج الإثرائية هي إثراء المعرفة ورفع الكفاءة وبناء الخبرات العلمية والعملية. تم تدريب ما يزيد عن 220 مدرب ومدربة لأكثر من 60 ساعة تدريبية على أدوات نظام التعليم الإلكتروني واستراتيجيات التعليم عن بعد والتقويم الصفي. وقد حرصت المؤسسة على استخدام أفضل الوسائل التقنية المتاحة للتعليم عن بعد وتوفيرها داخل نظام التعليم الإلكتروني في موهبة. شارك ما يزيد عن 4370 طالباً وطالبة لهذا العام على النحو التالي: 342 طالب وطالبة في البرنامج العالمي بالتعاون مع الشركة المنفذة أوكس ميديكا ومقرها المملكة المتحدة، وبتطبيق 13 وحدة علمية متقدمة في مجال الطب والهندسة وتقنية المعلومات والفضاء والطاقة وغيرها بمعدل 80 ساعة تدريبية. 3978 طالب وطالبة في البرامج الأكاديمية بتطبيق 12 وحدة في المسارات العلمية الأساسية بمعدل 60 ساعة، بالإضافة إلى تدريس 6 حقائب مهارية لبناء المهارات الشخصية لطلبة موهبة وليكونوا قادة المستقبل بإذن الله. 50 طالب وطالبة في البرنامج البحثي بالتعاون مع جامعة الملك عبد العزيز وبمشاركة 13 باحثاً.
في برامج موهبة البحثية للمرحلة الثانوية يعمل الطلبة إلى جانب باحثين علميين على أبحاث علمية حقيقية تثريهم بمختلف الأفكار لتحديد المسار العلمي في مرحلة متقدمة، كما يفتح لهم باب المشاركة في الأولمبياد الوطني للإبداع العلمي ومعرض إبداع للعلوم والهندسة. يتعلم الطلبة في البرامج البحثية أساسيات البحث العلمي وأخلاقياته وتحليل البيانات واستعراض النتائج وكتابة التقارير العلمية وملخصاتها والخروج بأفكار بحثية نيرة.
أثر البرنامج علي كطالبة جعلني أضع بعين الاعتبار أن أضيف عادة قراءة البحوث العلمية أكثر بين فترة وفترة لكي تصبح قراءتها أسهل وأوضح ومصقولة لدي أكثر بإذن الله بالمستقبل.
تجربتي في الوحدة الإثرائية كانت تجربة جدا جميلة، اكتسبت معلومات قيمة واستفدت استفادة عالية كانت على مدار 18 يوم. وأما المسار البحثي كان يطلب منا أنشطة، وهذه الأنشطة فادتني في تطوير مهارة البحث والتفكير.
بالنسبة لي تنوع الطلاب المشاركين من مختلف أنحاء المملكة تجربة جميلة جدا، وكانت مرتي الأولى اللي أدخل برنامج يكون فيها هالكم من التعاون بين طلابه المشاركين، وهذا بحد ذاته شيء كبير وأسعدني.
البرنامج كان جدا جميل، عرفني على طلاب متميزين ومجتهدين في مختلف أنحاء المملكة، وأتاح لي الفرصة لكي نتبادل المعلومات والمعرفة معا.
لم ولن تمنعنا أي ظروف من أن نتحمل مسؤولية بناء هذا الوطن الغالي. موهبة حيث تنتمي.
MashaAllah, Allah bless them. We hope that these gifts and creations will serve the nation with major projects one day. But for now, let's move to a unique and leading Arab center with a distinct experience in discovering and caring for the gifted and creative sons of the sister country Kuwait. They developed these gifts to be main pillars of scientific progress and sustainable development. It's Sabah Al Ahmad Center for Giftedness and Creativity. It is joining us today in the closing of the enrichment program. His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Swayed, Giftedness Department Manager, will give his speech in this ceremony. We are all ears, Dr. Abdullah. Please go ahead. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious, may the blessings and peace of Allah be upon our Prophet Muhammad and upon all his family and companions. His Excellency Dr. Saud Al-Madhami, Secretary General of Mawhiba Foundation, honorable colleagues and dear attendees, dear respectable audience, may Allah's peace, mercy and blessings be upon you. To begin, on behalf of Dr. Adnan Shihabuddin, Director General of Kuwait Foundation for the Advancement of Sciences, and Dr. Omar Abdul Khaliq Al-Bannai, I would like to convey their welcomes, greetings, and many thanks on the interest and cooperation between the long-standing Mawhiba Foundation and Sabah Al Ahmad Center for Giftedness and Creativity. The agreement was signed last February with Mawhiba Foundation. It concluded exchanging expertise in the field of giftedness with what relates to developing our students and their capabilities in the enrichment programs presented by Mawhiba. In addition to exchanging different academic curriculums and contents relating to the field of giftedness, we participated last year along with colleagues in Mawhiba Foundation with 20 students, males and females, to receive Mawhiba's 3 programs: academic, universal, and enrichment programs. We did benefit greatly, and it showed in the feedbacks of the parents and students. We ask Allah, the High, the Great, to grant everyone health and wellness and for life to go back to normal. Because we honestly miss being in the KSA in these times. For our students to be with their fellow Saudi students in the enrichment programs presented by Mawhiba. This year we presented or participated with Mawhiba Foundation with 17 students, males and females, in the enrichment programs or the summer enrichment program. Honestly, this program is considered a major and essential step that Sabah Al Ahmad Center for Giftedness and Creativity is participating in or planning to. And this is exactly what Mawhiba Foundation provided us. We thank them from this platform and this respectable audience. I thank His Excellency Dr. Saoud Al-Madhami. I thank all fellow colleagues in the foundation. I thank teachers and instructors. Honestly, there's no trouble cooperating and dealing with the gifted. They represent Mawhiba in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We received full understanding, cooperation, facilitations, and feedbacks from parents in Kuwait. There is huge resemblance among students when it comes to language, all customs and traditions. In fact, you wouldn't find any differences between Kuwaiti and Saudi students. It was an excellent participation with achievements to take pride in. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge Mawhiba in Saudi Arabia and our students' efforts and commitment to these programs. And thankfully, we made an achievement. 3 students were chosen from Subah Al-Ahmad Center for Giftedness and Creativity to be Ambassador of Giftedness in the Enrichment programs presented by Mawhiba in Saudi Arabia. I would like to take this opportunity again to give heartfelt thanks to His Excellency Dr. Saoud Al-Madhami because he gives great attention to Kuwait students and Subah Al-Ahmad Center. We are proud of this partnership and we promise Dr. Saoud that we are continuing this partnership, God willing. We are now preparing for the Excellence Program and to include 20 students, both males and females, in this program, along with colleagues in Mawhiba in Saudi Arabia for its continuation. Thank you for coming and thank you for your cooperation and see you soon, God willing. As I promised Dr. Saoud to come over to Saudi Arabia, God willing. We always hear the feedbacks of students, the gifted, and creators, but what about the instructors themselves? They participated with their efforts, knowledge, and expertise to train students of Mawhiba in the enrichment programs. The outcome of their efforts is always reflected in the medals and global awards the students receive. Let's see together some of the instructors' feedbacks.
موهبة أخذت القرار الصائب في الوقت المناسب باستكمال جميع البرامج الإثرائية عن بعد، وده كان البديل المتوافر في هذا الوقت وكان تحدي في نفس الوقت.
البرنامج الإثرائي البحثي برنامج مختلف اعتمد على ربط تخصصات مختلفة مع الماشين ليرنينج أو artificial intelligence. فريق متكامل الآن يعمل مع فريق سواء من داخل المملكة وخارجها على اكتشاف أدوية معينة حديثة لعلاج أمراض مستحدثة باستخدام الذكاء الاصطناعي.
The International Enrichment Program this year takes on an online format, which, might be seen as a missed opportunity for others, but for me, I think it's a brilliant chance for girls to connect with, professionals, experts, successful women in different fields across different continents. For the girls to be able to ask these invited guest speakers in real time what they encounter in their education, what they encounter in their professional journeys. I think that's an absolutely powerful space that we are using virtually.
From one perspective, having the program online this year has been a challenge. We obviously miss being on the ground in person with everybody in Saudi Arabia. But from another perspective, having the program online has actually been beneficial in certain almost surprising ways. It turns out that English courses, for example, work extremely well in this format, and tutors are able to engage with student work in a much more direct and efficient way than they are in an in-person program when everything is submitted via paper.
كل هذه البرامج الافتراضية شركات كتيرة استثمرت التكنولوجي فيها وأصبحت تحاكي التجارب اللي بتعمل نقدر نجريها في المعمل بنفس الدقة وبنفس الحيوية وبنفس كل شيء. طبعا دي كانت وسيلة مهمة جدا لتعويض عدم التواصل المباشر مع الطلاب، أصبح الطالب يقدر يجري التجربة بنفسه، يعني حتى في البيت بعد انتهاء المعمل الافتراضي عدة مرات، ونثق تماما في النتائج اللي احنا بنقدر نحصل عليها من هذه التجارب.
نأمل أن يجني هذا البرنامج ثماره وأن ينفع الله بعلمهم هذا الوطن الغالي.
Dear respectable audience, success partners have a significant role in reaching noble causes and reaping benefits. With support and firm belief in these programs' role in building a promising generation. Now let's move to Salim bin Mahfouz Foundation speech presented by His Excellency Mamdouh Al-Harbi, Chief Executive Officer. Please go ahead. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious, praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. May the blessings and peace of Allah be upon the most honored of prophets and messengers, our Prophet Muhammad, and upon all his family and companions. His Excellency Dr. Saud Al-Madhami, Secretary General of King Abdulaziz and his companion Foundation for Giftedness and Creativity, Your Excellencies and honorable guests, may Allah's peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you. With the ambitious vision set out by the leadership of this blessed country, under the leadership of the custodian of the two holy mosques, the Crown Prince, and the 2030 vision, the role of the non-profit sector is increasing. The non-profit sector has become an essential partner for development in achieving the nation's development in order to participate with the public and private sectors in achieving the goals of the vision, so that our country will be a model and a pioneer in the world at all levels. This is because education, nurturing talent, and creativity are the basis for the renaissance of societies and a measure of their progress and development, and because it's the true creator of opportunities in the fast-changing world. We have given Salim bin Mahfouz National Foundation in this field all our attention and put it on top of our priorities, until we came to achieve high numbers in support of ambitious and talented national competencies through many programs and initiatives, as well as supporting scientific programs to develop and qualify teachers, supervisors, and students in the various foundations concerned. As we were honored at Salim bin Mahfouz National Foundation for the third year in partnership with the King Abdulaziz and his companions Foundation for Giftedness and Creativity to participate in the Summer Enrichment Program. The program witnessed the qualification of an elite group of talented students in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to guide them towards scientific research and innovation in the future, and to make each of them a star in the fields of research sciences in engineering, physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, medicine, etc., as well as to be an active element carrying the beacon of light in an ambitious country with a vibrant and prosperous society. In fact, I address a special word to my talented, creative students, which Allah has given you the talent of creativity, and you should thank Allah for this great blessing. Our beloved country has provided all means for students to be educated and enrich talents, so they must take advantage of these opportunities. Each of us, or students, must be keen on developing these talents, nurturing them, and investing them in a way that benefits the nation, God willing. Finally, my thanks and appreciation to His Excellency the Secretary General of King Abdulaziz and his companions Foundation for Giftedness and Creativity, all colleagues, and the work team of the Foundation for their blessed efforts to bring out a distinguished generation of talented innovators in our beloved country. I also thank all the partners who participated in the Summer Enrichment Program and the distinguished instructor for their efforts made. I'd also like to convey the greetings of the Board of Trustees of the Salim bin Mahfouz National Foundation for this success of this distinguished and worthy program, which has not been stopped by the current exceptional circumstances that we ask Allah Almighty to break it from humanity in general and on the rest of Muslims in particular. We pass our greetings and appreciation to everyone who participated and contributed to the success of these programs. I reiterate my thanks and appreciation to His Excellency the Secretary General of King Abdulaziz Foundation for Giftedness and Creativity, and thanks to everyone. May Allah's peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you. Now let's talk about students' projects. All great inventions and discoveries began with an idea. It may seem imaginative when presented, but which, after a series of work, effort, and creativity, it turns into a thoughtful project, and perhaps into a tangible reality one day, God willing. Here you can see a sample project of one of the students.
أحد الطلاب.
أنا الطالب نواف أحمد حكمي، طالب في المرحلة الثانوية بمدينة الرياض. طلب مني مؤخرا تصميم وبناء نموذج لبيت أخضر صديق للبيئة في أحد برامج موهبة الإثرائية. في البداية صممته على ورق، بعد ذلك صممته على برنامج ثلاثي الأبعاد لكي أتمكن من بناء تصور مبدئي للمنزل. وضعت النباتات على الجدران الخارجية للمنزل والسطح أيضا لتعمل كعازل من حرارة الشمس، وذلك يوفر طاقة المكيفات. كان المنزل يحتوي على العديد من النوافذ لإدخال إضاءة الشمس وتوفير طاقة الإنارات الكهربائية. واحتوى المنزل أيضا على نوعين من الإنارات، النوع الأول إنارات تعمل بالطاقة الشمسية، والنوع الثاني شريط LED يعمل بالبطاريات. ابتكرت طريقة لإنارة الطابقين في آن واحد، وهي عبارة عن إسقاط أنبوب شفاف من أعلى السطح إلى الدور السفلي، ومن ثم إدخال الإنارة بداخل الأنبوب. أما بالنسبة لشبكة الأنابيب فاستعملت لها خزان بسعة نصف لتر ليغذي المنزل بالمياه، ويتم تصريف المياه المستخدمة لري عشب الفناء الخارجي. استغرق بناء المشروع 9 ساعات، طبقت خلالها العديد من مفاهيم التصميم الهندسي، وتعلمت كيفية استغلال الموارد المتاحة لبناء منازل صديقة للبيئة. فشكرا لكافة القائمين على هذا البرنامج.
Everything you have seen in this ceremony certainly has a common denominator, a national foundation with a global outlook that seeks to empower the talented by providing an institutional environment and a legislation that stimulates and supports innovation and creativity. To find future generations high-skilled in innovation and investing in building national talent and capabilities. Mawhiba Foundation's role, mission, and desired future, presented by the speech of His Excellency Secretary General Dr. Saud Al-Madhami. So please and thank you very much. Thank you so much. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious. Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. May the blessings and peace of Allah be upon the most honored of messengers. My sons and daughters, students, parents, respectable audience, may Allah's peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you. How beautiful this meeting. We meet with a group of selected members of society, whether inside or outside the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, as you notice from the sisterly country of Kuwait. We welcome you to our enrichment program at the end of this program, which in fact I congratulate our students who joined this program in its first version, which is virtual Mawhiba. On the 28th of April this year, virtual Mawhiba made a decision that it would be boundless. We reduce time, place, and limits. There are no limits for the talented and creator to create and benefit from this foundation and enable him anywhere in this world. So you are glad that you were the first model in Mawhiba. Because Mawhiba made a strategic decision that movement to the virtual world is not an alternative or an option, but rather it has become a strategic direction for the foundation. So you deserve full credit for proving that. You are the reason for the success of the program. Because we only opened it to 2,000 students, but the places and the program were full since the first 300 minutes. Because you're creative, talented, distinguished, looking for excellence, and you are the ones who lead this distinction. You are the ones who lead the virtual world. And so, from the day of launching eMawhiba, you became part of this community. Do not wait until summer because the limits of time and space are over. Now you are with Mawhiba throughout the day, the hour, the week, the month, and the year. Enter Mawhiba. Our programs are now throughout the year. Therefore, I appeal to you, the parents, that you have a responsibility to empower them. Because in terms of passion, it exists and we do not need to look for it, but enable them to go within this space to benefit from the technologies of the age and the future. In Mawhiba, we always say, do not look for the future, because the future is today in Mawhiba. We see what is beyond imagination. We imagine and move forward. The future is today in Mawhiba. And therefore, I hope that this ambition is at the level of our foundations and the foundations that we deal with, whether partners or educational foundations, in which programs are implemented. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has now launched its schools, and the world now is moving to another world that has components and has a way and mode of thinking. Therefore, our work in Mawhiba has become virtual in terms of work environment, style, teaching methodology, and future prospecting. This has become the direction for Mawhiba. We move all our programs and curricula virtually. Whether talented classes, enrichment programs, laboratories, exhibitions, or anything else. There are no limits, geographical, spatial, boundaries, time, or other barriers. We move from the traditional world. It has become history in Mawhiba. We study it in our history books, but now practice is the direction. I thank you, my sons and daughters who are talented and creative. The future ahead is wonderful because I swear it is empowered for you. Don't wait for your schools, your teacher, your mother or father, or Mawhiba. Expand your scope, take these experiences and discover the world that has opened to you now. For any inquiries, this platform is your school, your home, so all this space is available to you. I also congratulate our students who obtained the excellence level and won admission to the best and most prestigious international universities. I thank the partners who stood with our students, and by their efforts they awarded scholarships to these universities, in the forefront of which is SABIC. All thanks to these partners. We look forward to every partner in this field to join us in this program and empower students in their career path. With regard to the enrichment programs, they are continuing and we do not wait for the summer. We change our thinking style. There is no summer. All time is now with you. Consider all time with Mawhiba as summer. So if you only follow enrichment programs in the summer, know that time in Mawhiba is summer over the 12 months. So if you say that school and classes enable you to become talented, but they are only available in the summer, then consider summer now throughout the year. This is the message we deliver from Mawhiba. Colleagues who prepared the distinguished and formal word, we do not need words to communicate with you. Because speaking with you continuously and directly is better than these words. Let me also thank all partners who participated with us. among which is the colleagues in Sheikh Subah Al Ahmed Center, this distinguished center. Thank you and trust in your foundation, Mawhiba. This is your foundation. We will not let you down, God willing, and we will take you with us to global levels. I also thank Salim bin Mahfouz Foundation, this wonderful foundation that not only teaches you, but also teaches you how to obtain information and transfer them to anyone. This is a wonderful view from you, Salim bin Mahfouz Foundation, when you direct your compass to Mawhiba. In addition, I must appeal to the infrastructure that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia enjoys, as the pandemic imposed a bad reality on us. But we discovered that we have high infrastructure, communications, readiness, and therefore launched our entire initiative through these platforms and this infrastructure. Finally, my goal is not only to talk to you, but I want to meet you face to face. I wish you continued success, and this is your foundation. Contact us. Go to the site of Mawhiba, contact Mawhiba, and contact customer service. By your assistance, we know the things that you need in Mawhiba, your foundation. Most of our work was taken from you. God bless you. Thank you. I say this and ask Allah for forgiveness for me, you, and the Muslims from every fault. May Allah's peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you. In conclusion, we, Mawhiba, thank you for your honorable presence, looking forward to more achievements, successes, and extended partnership with you for future years, during which we will work together in building a promising generation that contributes in transforming the KSA and the great Arab nation into a knowledge-integrated, creative, and talented society. May Allah's peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you. Finally, we offer prayer in praise of our Lord.